sandwich bag. Tip it on an angle, tie it, twist it up, kind of heart-shaped. This is a real cool trick. Looks like it's going. Fire with a sandwich bag. That's a good one. Hi, I'm Greg Ovens, and this is Ovens Rocky Mountain Bushcraft. There we go. Oh. Greg Ovens here, Ovens Rocky Mountain Bushcraft. So this video, we're gonna go bush for one day with one item. I'm not bringing any fishing tackle, any hooks. We're gonna make a bed out of moss, blanket out of moss. I hope to achieve fire, and I'm not gonna tell you what my one item is. Sandwich bag. I'm just gonna leave you guessing. You're gonna have to keep watching the video to see what the one item is. But we will be able to forage wild plants because there's quite a few around. So if I have to rely on plants, that's the way it is. But we're gonna do one day, one item. Hopefully catch fish and start a fire. I forgot to mention, I am bringing my Defender. This is grizzly country. I mean, you don't want to get stuck out here in the middle of the night sleeping on the ground with no Defender. That is not my one item. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm not a big fan of bear spray. I've heard horror stories where people had bear spray, the wind was wrong, they got it in their own eyes, still ended up getting attacked. So, you know, I'm not into that. So we got to determine what our priorities are. Making a bed in a spot in case it rains is important. Under a big tree probably. If I get a fire going, I can heat up some rocks and we go from there. So I'm thinking maybe a spot like this between these two trees. I can clear the branches. The needles will be easy to move. I think even if it rained, I'd be okay under here. So I came to this particular area to do this video because it's rare to find thick, lush forests like this in the Rockies. We got lots of moss. I see sarsaparilla, bunchberry, a few plants, but none of the berries are ready this time of year. But all currants over there. But anyway, none of the berries are ready. But I'm sure I'll forage some plants somewhere along the line here. This is sarsaparilla. Bunchberries. The berries are perfectly edible, lots of vitamin C, but there's no berries right now. And this is false Solomon seal. You can eat the berries, make a tea from the leaves, and the roots are similar to onion. There's some controversy with Solomon seal that it should be cooked though, so do your research on these plants, don't just take my word for it. So I cleaned one of the roots from the false Solomon seal, excuse me. I find they taste like onion quite a bit. So I'm not afraid to use the plants that I'm confident in, but like I say, make sure you do your research. Some plants will affect other people differently than other people too, so man alive, make sure you know your plants. Don't just go out in the bush because you saw my video and start eating stuff. I like them. Oh, almost knocked the camera over. Crazy. I'm gonna search around for maybe something a little different because there's carpenter ants and they keep coming through. I don't really see a good spot for a fire without maybe the risk of a forest fire. So I'll try to find a spot that maybe has some rocks and the moss and everything that I need. Right here, I think this might do. Big old spruce. And I'll show you what I got in mind. So I'll make my bed here. It doesn't look too bad as it is once I get my moss in here. But it should stay dry even if it rains here. And it's soft here. Look at it. Now I probably won't be able to have my fire right here to heat up rocks for my bed or anything. A lot of needles. Dangerous to have a fire near this. But the creek is right here. No carpenter ants. Got a big log here. Should prevent me from rolling. I think this will work just fine. God, I like this thick moss in these big forests, old growth like this. I'll have to transplant that guy, I guess. I already have a soft surface in a way with the pine needles, but there's nothing like a moss bed, I find. You make it as thick as you want. Like, oh, it's already nice and soft. But I'm going to make it a lot thicker yet. And then have a layer for a blanket in case of mosquitoes. Oh yeah, man, this is cozy. It's going to be so nice. The moss is a bit damp, but it'll dry out if I get my fire going. And I can put some warm rocks under it. Not hot rocks, or you get burnt. Warm rocks. But anyway, that reminded me of a little story. I was working in a town called Fort McMurray in northern Alberta.
The Fort McMurray Oil Barons Toilet Paper Roll Challenge. First up is the captain. It's Conrad Belcourt. Oh, look at the move off his foot.
And this particular time, I just had a lean-to out in the bush, and the guy that I was working with used to drop me off in the evenings and pick me up in the morning on the side of the road at a designated spot. But this particular day, there must have been a huge hatch of mosquitoes, black flies, horse flies. It was a sunny day, sunny evening, but they were so thick that they were blocking the sun out. It was like a cloudy day, but it was sunny. Like there was millions and millions, hundreds of millions of these things. And I was actually worried that I was going to get killed by these mosquitoes and black flies. So basically I made a moss bed like this. I had a lean-to, but I had to do something better. And basically I made a big roll of moss and rolled that over myself and made a headspace so I could breathe properly. And it kept the bugs off. Now, you know what? I think I could have died. They could have sucked my blood dry. There were so many millions of them. So moss is a good thing. Can protect you from these bugs that could kill you, and I think they would have in that situation. Hear an eagle in the background. He's probably trying to catch fish out of the creek here. It's pretty cool. Not really too worried about my legs down the bank here, just my upper body mostly. Try to pick the sticks, anything that's going to poke you out. Sometimes you get poked by sticks that are caught in the moss, but during the night you usually find them. But this is getting very soft. Very nice. I love moss beds, man. I've slept on moss beds most of my life in the bush. Patagonia too. You have to add moss every few days. They'll stay soft for a few days at a time, and then they just flatten out and they're not spongy anymore, so you got to keep adding moss. But that's not a big deal. There's moss everywhere here. This is going to be an exciting night, actually. So I had to wander out of the thick forest from down below because there isn't much for edible plants right now. So I came up where we got more sun, and of course I found one of my favorite little... We showed this on the 30-day challenge. I had the...
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. No,
It tastes just like the flower.
I like that. Sorry I ate it all. It's like a sweet lettuce. It's just so good. The bulbs are very delicious too. Stick broke. I think I'll be able to get this guy. Do I undermine it? Oh yeah. Nice. There we go. Thing of beauty, man. I'm going to show you before I totally take it out of the dirt. Cloves of garlic is what it's like. I'll show you with the dirt on it so you can get an idea. Wow, okay, it came right out. See that? Those are great, okay? Now what I think is fried in butter would be dynamite. But even raw, man, are they good. They're just so good, it's unreal. Like little cloves of garlic. Man, if you haven't tried wood lily, flower and bulb, get on it. Okay, so we have fish in this creek. Now I gotta figure out, it's a bit of a giveaway. I don't have a knife, by the way. I gotta try to catch a fish with a stick or some other method. So I kind of see something here that I might try, and then we'll have to go to alternatives. Everything by hand. Oh boy, that took some effort just to break this green branch. Okay, so I got this Y stick. It'd be nice if I could sharpen this like a spear. But if not, maybe I can pin the fish to the bottom, slowly go over top, pin them to the bottom, get in the creek and get them. A fish would be great, but then I still need a fire to cook it, right? I have confidence I will get a fire. Running out of daylight, gotta keep going. This is not working. Okay, well, this is pointless. These fish, they're too fast, and I can't spend all day trying to catch them. I've spent some time, and I'm not going to get one. They see it coming, and they boom, gone. I'm more worried about fire. Let's try to get that done. I do have plants, so I don't have to worry about that. I want to collect some of this dry, rotten chunks of stump. A couple other things I want to collect before I show you my one item. Sandwich bag. And then the secret will be out. I'm back at my very comfortable moss bed. If you haven't had a chance to try a moss bed, try it. I'm telling you, they're so comfortable. You get the moss about this thick. Oh, it's just like a pasta Piedric or whatever they are. Anyway, you saw me collecting those items, and you're probably thinking fire. You're right. But I didn't bring a ferro rod, I didn't bring a knife, and you didn't see me make a bow drill. So you're probably thinking, what is his one item? Well, it's time to reveal the secret. I've got, oh, where'd I put it? Just hang on a second, I gotta find it. Searching around, but I actually had it in my pocket. Okay, my one item. Sandwich bag. Sandwich bag. So what we're going to attempt to do is get our fire going with the sandwich bag. Basically, you fill it not quite half full of water, tip it on an angle, tie it, twist it up, and you'll get a round ball, kind of heart-shaped. I'll show you in a minute. We're going to use this as a magnifying glass to get our fire going. This is a real cool trick, actually. I've done many of these fires before. Sometimes it takes quite a long time. And again, it's clouded over on us. We're going to have to wait for the right opportunity. But let's get our fire going with this sandwich bag.
For just 2 easy payments of $29.99 plus shipping and handling, we'll send you 12 Rocky Mountain survival sandwich bags. Order in the next 10 minutes, and we'll include a 13th bonus bag completely free. Well, not included. Must be on this Rocky Mountain Bushcraft channel, subscribe to order.
Okay, that's about enough water. The only thing is we have to wait for the sun. Try to get all the air out. And you basically twist it. And you'll get that kind of a shape. And the sun will come in here, the ray will come out that way, and we have a magnifying glass. And actually these work very efficiently. So I need something to transport my fire on back to my shelter. I had to come to this sunnier spot to attempt this because it's in the thicker forest here behind me where I came from. It's too shady, but you see how that sun keeps disappearing on me? Now it's going behind a cloud again, so let's hope for the best. I think in another 10 or 15 minutes we might get a break to pull this off. I got my stuff ready to go. Get a little fire on here and hopefully heat up some rocks to put under my moss bed. Grind my powder up. So that's basically the shape you want. You hold on to it like this. Don't twist it until you puncture it. You want this roundish shape, and you'll have this point, but you're gonna start here and the ray will come out here. See? If you can see that, that's what we want. I'm just waiting for the sun to get a bit better. Clouding over again. Seems like I can't win. Yep, wait for the sun again. Just gotta try to get your rays where you want them. Of course, I got ants crawling all over me now. Takes patience. Just move it around, play with it. We're getting smoke. There we go. I hope the camera's catching this. Looks like it's going. Now we got to feed it. We don't want it to go out. And the wind is coming up. We don't want that. And then just feed it a little bit. I got to try to block this. We got our coal. Now we just got to get it back to where my moss bed is. And I just got to keep feeding this coal now. Okay, we got her. But it's windy. I gotta protect my coal and get it back. Okay, we're back at our moss bed. I brought my chunks. It's good we got the fire when we did, because shortly after I got the coal with the sandwich bag, guess what? Clouded over. But we have a coal. Oh yeah, couldn't see it there. I can't start a fire here really. It's not ideal. We'll go down by the creek and get our fire going. Fire with a sandwich bag. That's a good one. Okay, so I'll get this built up, warm up some rocks off the bed. Okay, these are good. They're nice and warm, but they're not too hot. I can hold them, but I feel the warmth. That's what I want. I don't want them too hot. Got a little spruce grouse here. She's got little chicks, can't even fly. This time of year, that's unusual. Oh, I wish I would have brought a coat actually, but the moss is dry. There's not much for mosquitoes. I should be fine. I'm gonna use this for a blanket. The moss I've collected. I'm not gonna put it, I'm gonna put it upside down for the blanket. It's nice and dry. Warm rocks. Just cover myself with this. Could be the odd insect, but whatever. Okay. It's actually very comfortable. The things you do to survive in the bush. No blanket. Should have brought a coat. But, tell you what, it's pretty soft. Oh yeah. Soft, no mosquitoes. That would be awful. Mosquitoes are very hard to tolerate. If your moss is wet, dry it out by your fire. We'll see you in the morning. I heard something in the bush. Not sure what. See, that's why I like to stay away from the creek a bit. If you're right by a creek, you can't hear nothing. There's something out here. Not sure what. And I didn't bring a flashlight. But actually I can see through this camera. I'm going to take the camera off and have a look with that. It's all glory till nighttime, I can tell you. I don't see anything. Might not have been anything. Back to bed, I guess. This is a problem with not having a film crew, eh? But you know what? This is comfortable. Very comfortable. I'm just glad there's no mosquitoes. Actually, there was one. There is mosquitoes. Oh well. Morning. Oh, I tell you, well, yeah, it's a little chilly for me. I should have brought a coat. I don't know why I didn't bring a coat. But the moss bed was very comfortable. The warm rocks for most of the night, but they cooled off. Should have maybe used more rocks too. But we made her through. I'm anxious to get back to the truck, get into town, have a shower, warm up. But anyway, it's that's the end of this video. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, and thanks for watching. Thanks to all you subscribers. Keep watching for the next one. I'm going to try to keep things interesting and informative, as I always try to do. So thanks a lot. We'll see you on the next one. Should have brought a coat. I'm Greg Owens. I don't need a coat. I'm a survival expert. Idiot.